Reynolds back in a hurry. Reynolds to the hole.
Rubio flanks and scores! Takesha Granberry on target.
The throw, the catch, touchdown!
Cavalier Sports Weekly is presented by the Virginia Lottery, where all profits benefit Virginia's public schools grades K through 12. By clean, safe, reliable propane. Propane, exceptional energy. By Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And brought to you in part by the Virginia Athletics Foundation, dedicated to providing scholarship, operational, and facility support for the Virginia Athletics program. On this edition of Cavalier Sports Weekly, presented by the Virginia Lottery.
The Cop's never been known to take a play off or take a rest or break in anything. Like, he's always coming full force.
Just ready to help my team in the next game and whenever I can.
Welcome to Cavalier Sports Weekly. I'm Ian Yates Cunningham, number 77 on our football team. On today's show, we'll have highlights from our homecoming game against Western Michigan, a feature on linebacker John Copper, and a special look at men's lacrosse, honored this week by the governor in Richmond. But first, here's our play of the week.
The Play of the Week is brought to you by SunTrust Mortgage. We make the American dream come true every day.
Ball, turn!
What happened was I walked over the sideline to get the ball, and Matt Williams, just as I'm throwing it down to Adam and Yannick to run off of them, so he just threw it as hard as he could, and I ran off of them, and the ball just fell for me. And I just kicked it as hard as I could.
It was an unbelievable finish. Where he put it is exactly where he tried to put it. I mean, he didn't try to overhit it. He didn't try to. He placed that thing, 3 inches from the post.
It's good to get close games like this. It prepares for you for later on in the season, where like tournament games where it's going to always be close no matter who you're playing.
Stay tuned. Virginia game highlights are coming up next on Cavalier Sports Weekly.
To the goal line, touchdown, Virginia. Jason Snelling, left side.
Welcome back to the show. We faced Western Michigan on Saturday for our homecoming game. Let's take a look at some of the highlights.
The Cavalier game highlights are presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
From the Carl Smith Center, home of David A. Harrison Field at Scott Stadium, it's another picture-perfect afternoon for Virginia football. It's homecoming 2006 as the Cavs look for their second win of the year. Andrew Pearman will be in the slot. He'll be the flanker with Ogletree on that side. McCabe looking downfield, throws, man, and the catch. Ogletree first down, 32-yard line, 14 yards the pass play.
Dustin Dolko and Amir Ismail. Desmond Stephen, London Fryer are the corners. A pump fake, and over the middle, just overthrown and intercepted. Picked off over the middle. And going downfield, down to the 20-yard line is Lewis Delmas.
Peregrine under center. Peregrine gives it tailback, and I think he got in. Woods dives, touchdown, Western Michigan.
And we were well below unacceptable in every phase of the game. And from me on down, it's got to get better than this.
Getting ready to come into the red zone, and McCabe hands off. Snelling going to the right side. He got the block, 20, 25. Snelling to the 30, to the 35-yard line, and the Cavs the longest run this year.
So it's a first down and 10 just across the 40. Snelling again. Caught in the back. No, it's a pass out to the tight end, Santee, and he goes down the sidelines. He'll have it inside the 10 to the 6-yard line.
It'll be Snelling to carry. Snelling got the block. Snelling on his feet to the goal line. Touchdown, Virginia. Jason Snelling, left side.
We did well at times, but like I say, we need to cut down on the penalties. We need to cut down on the mental mistakes. If we don't do that, it's hard to win.
Shotgun for McCabe, dances around, bounced in the air, and picked off again. And this time it's a convoy racing up the left sideline. Western Michigan has a defensive touchdown. Desmond Stephen, his first interception of the year, and Western Michigan scores again.
Olsen will operate out of the shotgun with 2 wide. He's got the tight ends. Olsen stays, pump fake, looks downfield, the throw, and it's going to be caught. Fontel Mines, 23-yard line. 17 yards, the pass play.
With 18 seconds to go in the half. Spot, he got it. Just inside the left upright. 3 more points for Virginia, and they've cut the lead down to 4.
Every good play we made, it was countered by a bad play, a penalty, or just missed assignment. And, can't do that. You can't keep going forward and backwards, and that's what we did tonight.
In the third quarter to start things with a 4-point lead. Toss sweep, it'll be Bonds. Bonds is going to be tackled behind the line by Fitzgerald, who's having a great game. It's a loss of 3.
The defense kept stopping them. We kept getting good field position. And it seemed like on pretty much every drive there was something little that stopped the drive for us. And that's something we really need to buckle down on.
Santi in motion. Fake it, and he'll be sacked. He throws it before he's brought down, and we'll see. They will call it a grasp and control. They will give Western Michigan the sack.
It's like being caught in quicksand, Jerry. When you can't score any points, you can't kick it through, you can't throw it in, and you can't run it in, it makes it pretty hard to win. Teams that we're playing are recognizing that, playing a certain kind of game. I know they don't have to score a lot of points to win.
It was just, it's a tough game. Western Michigan played hard, fought the whole game. I know there were some things that I did that could be better, and we gotta improve, and we gotta stick together, and come back next week. And we got another game. We got a lot more football to play, so we're just gonna come back and improve and see what we're gonna start doing next week.
Pretty self-explanatory. Lack of production. Overall team needs to play better. Operation needs to perform better. And we'll stick together. We'll keep forging forward. We'll do what we need to get better.
Now I can tell you the minute differences between a center, guard, tackle, tight end, but I have no idea what a libero does. How do you even spell libero? For our tip of the week, Melissa Caldwell from our volleyball team explains the role of a libero.
I'm Melissa Caldwell, and I play libero for the women's volleyball team. And many of you probably don't know what libero is, so this is your tip of the week. The libero is a new position that they put into volleyball to improve the defense in the game. Now in volleyball there are 6 rotations, and normally people can only sub in for one of those rotations. The libero, however, is allowed to go in for any of the 6 rotations so long as they only play back row. The libero is never allowed to jump and attack the ball or set the ball in front of the 10-foot line. And they wear a different colored jersey, so they're really easy to spot. And that's your tip of the week.
2006 Virginia football. Catch all the highlights on VirginiaSportsTV.com.
When linebacker John Copper walked onto the football team 2 years ago, not many fans expected him to be a starter by his second year. But John's rapid improvement hasn't surprised the people who know him best, his teammates and his coaches. Roanoke native John Copper is your Student Athlete of the Week.
The Student Athlete of the Week is presented by the Virginia Lottery. In 2006, the Virginia Lottery contributed a record $454 million to public schools throughout the Commonwealth.
Well, he really brings it every day.
Cop's never been known to take a play off or take a rest or break in anything. Like, he's always coming full force and just doing what he needs to do to get better.
Whatever you do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men. And I try to use that verse and apply it to my life, especially in football. Tomorrow isn't promised. The next game isn't promised. I kind of bring that mentality that whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to do it with all my might. So.
The guy works so hard. I mean, he's unrelenting, and he's just
he just keeps coming and just keeps working, and he studies film. He's a student of the game, and he's an athlete. I mean, he is a good athlete. He's an explosive athlete. He's quick. He's economical. You know, if he's getting to point A to point B, he knows that he's going point A to point B before he goes there. So he's a smart football player, and I think that adds to his athleticism.
I've seen his knowledge of the game improve vastly. He'll spend hours watching film just to understand what the offense is doing and where his fit is at.
Push! Hey!
I'd say commitment, work ethic, and toughness are three things that quickly gain the respect of most players. In many cases, when a new player comes on a team, that well before they might socially know the player, and that gains a player acceptance, and those are certainly three things that are very prominent in John's makeup.
If anyone has a question about nutrients or some type of nutrition, I mean, John Copper's the one to go to. I mean, he knows all about the vitamins, what foods do what to your body, what foods like provide you with the most energy and stuff. Like, he's definitely the nutrition guru.
At first, it was kind of weird because he'd look in everybody's locker and might have a shake or a ball of Gatorade, but he'd have a shake, ball of Gatorade, multivitamins, 2 or 3 bottles of them, gallons of water, random bags of nuts and granola. So he's pretty serious about it.
Growing up, I was always like a bread and candy guy. You know, bread, meat, and candy was basically my diet. And starting out early in high school, probably my sophomore year, talking to Dave, I started to actually eat vegetables. I didn't really like them at first. But now it's going on. I rarely eat sugar, processed sugar of any type. I buy distilled water and other types of water that I feel like are better. I take a lot of vitamin and nutritional supplements. So I'd say it goes pretty extreme.
And turning the quarterback on the draw play.
I really do enjoy what I do, and if I couldn't do it tomorrow, you know, it would be a dent in my life. Not that I'm holding on to football really tightly, but that it is something that I enjoy.
I don't think I can ever remember a time where John hasn't had a smile on his face. I mean, he's always in a cheerful mood. I don't think he's ever been upset, even when he's been hurt or gotten injured at practice. You know, he always has a positive outlook on things. So that's become really contagious. The people around him just are always uplifted by his presence.
Another sophomore who's caught people's attention is wide receiver Kevin Ogletree. Kevin had a breakout game against Wyoming, catching 10 balls for 95 yards. KO is the focus of this week's Who's Heating Up.
Who's Heating Up is brought to you by Propane, exceptional energy.
I mean, that was just a huge adrenaline rush. That was a play that early in the game we saw was we had a chance to complete, and the first play of the overtime, Coach Mike Groh called it, and we saw the coverage, and we knew right away we had a chance for a big play.
Sometimes that's what a young player needs to really break through, have the confidence level, to have seen it happen, that all that practice work can only amount to but so much until they actually see performance in the game. And so now he's seen that, and that ought to give him a significant boost.
The pass and the catch at the 35-yard line.
It's amazing to watch his feet move. And whenever Dayon went down, Kevin Ogletree really stepped up big for us, man. He really took that role and just kind of ran with it.
Olsen over the middle, throws, man wide open to catch, 35, 40, and down to the 45-yard line.
Excellent athletic ability, very good eye-to-hand coordination. He's kind of got that slithery style. If a receiver isn't a power receiver, that is the size-speed combination player where they almost look like they're just too big and too fast to be contained. And they have to have some of that kind of ability to get in and out of cuts and into openings and whatnot, and he's very good at that.
We called his name a lot, especially on some third downs, and he came up big. You feel a lot comfortable as a quarterback, just you can throw it out there, throw it in the ocean, and he'll make a play for you.
Little pitch and catch, and that was Kevin Ogletree.
Just excited to get back out there and try to get another win on our belt, and just ready to help my team in the next game and whenever I can.
Coming up after the break.
Welcome back to the show. Our national champion men's lacrosse team is in their off-season right now, but they've still had a busy week. Last Saturday, the team organized a fundraiser for Special Olympics, and Thursday they traveled to Richmond to be honored by Governor Tim Kaine. Congratulations to our 2006 national champion men's lacrosse team in the focus of this week's Olympic Sports Spotlight.
The Olympic Sports Spotlight is presented by the Virginia Athletics Foundation.
I think this is our 9th year running the race for Special Olympics in the Charlottesville area. This is a big fundraiser, and we're certainly happy to be a part of it. We come out early and set up the water stations, registration, do traffic control, all those different kinds of things. But I think that women's lacrosse and women's swimming may have a much tougher job. And I always threaten my guys that if they don't do a good job, I'll make them run, you know. So Mark Bernardino and Julie Myers, we really appreciate that they bring their teams out here and they run this distance on an early fall morning. Frankly, you would never get tired of an event like this. It's certainly a treat for me personally and for our team to come out here to the Governor's Mansion here in Richmond. Let it happen as often as it can. I don't think you'd ever really grow tired of it. Certainly, Governor King couldn't be any nicer to us, and I think, like I say, it's a real treat for everyone.
I want to welcome you formally to the Governor's Mansion and say a little bit about the mansion and about why I wanted you to come.
This lacrosse team really captured everybody's imagination, not just winning the national championship, but you go through that kind of schedule undefeated. That really says something. I love to celebrate sports teams that do well, but particularly when you can combine a team that's achieved on the field, but also shown character and academic success off the field. That really makes it a lot of fun to bring this national championship team here to the mansion. A couple days ago, I was on the phone with a board member at UVA, and we were talking. He said, "Hey, I know you're doing this thing for the lacrosse team. Let me tell you about this team." And he started to really talk in a very excited way about, and wasn't talking about wins and wasn't talking about anything other than character. Just, you're going to be so impressed with this team, and this coach has got these folks just, giving them life lessons as well as athletic lessons, and that's a real tribute to Dom that he's been here and now in his 15th year, 3 national championships. That says a lot, but what says even more is just the kind of people that he's turning out in this program.
You hope to be able to expose undergraduate student athletes to things like this. I certainly think it helps people realize that there is a world around them and that we have some responsibility.
In other Cavalier sports action this week,
It's never good to give up a goal, especially that early in the game. It takes away a lot of the morale that you have coming out of the locker room, but you need to take it in stride and just deal with it.
Nico's putting points on the boards this year. He's already got more goals than he did, as many goals as he had all last season.
A little bit of breakdown there at the end, but it happens. It's high level football, and it's just how it goes.
They had us on our heels a little bit the last couple of minutes here, and you're worried that momentum carries over into the overtime. But we regrouped. The guys kept their composure, and we just broke them down.
I walked over to the sideline to get the ball, and Matt Williams just says I'm throwing it down to Adam and Yannick to run off of them. And so he just threw it as hard as he could, and I ran off of them, and the ball just fell for me.
It was an unbelievable finish. Where he put it is exactly where he tried to put it. I mean, he didn't try to overhit it. He didn't try to. He placed that thing, 3 inches from the post. Jeremy's a very good player. The one thing that Jeremy does unbelievably for us right now is come off the bench and win games like that. And that's a big, big, vital role to play.
Thanks for watching Cavalier Sports Weekly. Next week we'll have highlights on our Thursday night game against Georgia Tech, and a special feature on soccer goalie Ryan Burke. Until next time, go Hoos!
Cavalier Sports Weekly is presented by the Virginia Lottery, where all profits benefit Virginia's public schools grades K through 12. By clean, safe, reliable propane. Propane, exceptional energy. By Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And brought to you in part by the Virginia Athletics Foundation, dedicated to providing scholarship, operational, and facility support for the Virginia Athletics program.